Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today we will be talking about the UNESCO simulation model. We're joined here at the studio by President of the UNESCO Club and UN advocate, a student of political science, Cairo University, Abdurrahman Mohammed Al-Hadidi. Thank you very much for joining us, Abdurrahman. And Abdurrahman, I would like to start with telling me more about the UNESCO simulation model and the main activities and workshops, and of course you are the president, and I would like you to tell me how were you chosen as the president of the UNESCO model.
Okay, at first I'd like to thank you for inviting me coming here.
It's our pleasure.
Okay, basically we are divided into two sections. The first section is the OC, or the organizing committees, which has like 10 committees. It's about marketing and PR and FR and so on, to organize the events we do and the sessions we have in the United Nations, or the simulation of the UNESCO Club.
Okay.
Then we have the academic committees, which are the main role of our activities.
Okay.
So we divide the academic content of our model into five committees. The first committee is about like culture reform. This committee is talking about like the culture in every country, how to diversify our cultures, and the dialogue of cultures. The main target of this committee is to like having a long-term peace with cultures, especially in the developing countries, which suffer a lot of this thing, the culture and ethics conflicts. Then we have the media office. The media office, from its name, like discuss the topics of media and the role of media in our society and so on. The third committee is the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Okay.
And this committee, they discuss the topics of the world today, like globalization, the relations between the UNESCO, the UNESCO as a bureau, the national bureau or the international bureau, and its organism, like the state members and so on. After that, we have author project. I cannot translate author into English because it will lose its meaning, but author is impact. So in other committee, we go to the schools to like make the awareness of SDGs and topics that like a student of this stage cannot know about after we go to him. So our main role for this project is to spread the awareness of SDGs and how to clean the environment and some topics like that. So this is our committees in the academic content. And our slogan from the committees is like سنغدو رفاتا ويبقى الأثر.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Now, participants at the UNESCO model are known as delegates, of course, and are placed in committees and assigned countries. What are the specific committees? And how many participants are chosen in the 2020 model, the upcoming model? Okay.
I mentioned the names of the committees, so I'll not repeat it again, but the participants, in the past year, we have like 300 students from all over Egypt. So the impact of our model, or our, I call it student organization, not only student activity. So we became institutionalized. So the activity became more stable and something like that. So we target this year to reach more than one university. Basically, we are resident in Cairo University. But my role and my vision in this season to go beyond that, to spread our club into other universities, which is like the Helwan University and Ain Shams University beyond Cairo University.
Right. The UNESCO model is an educational simulation and academic activity, right? What are the main targets or goals of the UNESCO model?
Okay, the main targets of our simulation or our student organization is to spread the awareness of the life, especially like the problems and the obstacles that face youth nowadays. Make like awareness of the things that people are not aware of. The first thing of these topics is sexual health. We learn them about something like that because it's not weird to discuss this topic. It's a part of our ethics to learn, to teach them this thing. And the third thing that we want to target in our model is the culture of being peaceful and to be tolerant to the people. So
Peace
our
and
model,
tolerance. Peace
yeah,
and
peace and tolerance. This is
Right.
our main topics that we discuss in our organization. So we need or we want to impact the others to make them like aware of everything and educated well and achieving gender equality among our members. So my members, or the model's member, are divided like 50% male and 50% females. So
you
our
have
vision
gender
is to
equality
achieve the
applied.
gender equality even in something small as a student activity.
So actually 50% males and 50% females. So you apply gender equality already.
Yes.
How important is gender equality in your opinion?
Okay, gender equality is something like we must achieve in our country. So if I want to achieve this thing in our country, so I must begin by myself. So I became the president of this club, so I must achieve whatever I want as the whole of Egypt I want to do. So I started that, and I decided that the model this season will be divided into 50% male and 50% females, and this is the equality for my opinion.
Right. How are the final resolutions or recommendations
Yes.
of the UNESCO model documented, and what are the means of applying them in real life?
Okay, for this I'll tell you two things. The first thing that the Athar project was recommended by the last year recommendations, and we discussed this project with the Ministry of Youth and the Higher Education and the UNESCO National Peru in Egypt. And we got approved the previous year from the UNESCO Peru and the Ministry of Education. So we achieved this program. We went to the schools, and especially the preparatory schools, to educate the people, to educate the youth, teenagers, topics we discussed in our simulation. The organization that we follow and what we are affiliated to are so helpful to us in something like that, especially the logistics we need. Yes.
Right. As the president of the UNESCO model, of course, it must be a great experience, an interesting experience to you. How did it influence you on the personal level?
Okay, this question is so good. Okay, first, this position I pursued from
Long time
the
ago.
long time ago. So now
Even
I
before
achieved.
starting your university years.
Not like that, but once I became at the University of Cairo, and especially Faculty of Economics and Political Science, I decided to like join a student activity and be the
President of one of
this
the models.
of one of these student activities or one of these models. By chance, by luck, I joined MUS the previous year, and this year I became the president of model of UNESCO simulation or the UNESCO club.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
You achieved your goal.
Yes.
Right. And how far did it impact your personality so far?
Okay. In the past, I was so stressed, and I was like a so sensitive person to anything in my life. But once I became like a leader to a large group of people, I must change these
Some of your
characteristics of my
characteristics.
personality. So I decided that, and I'm now changing my these negative points at this
Your
of my
character?
personality. So being a leader of any place, of any organization around the world, not only Egypt, will change your personality so far. Yeah.
How were you able to change or adapt to the new position?
Okay. I have a lot of responsibilities beyond the UNESCO club. I adapted that, like I must specify sometimes to things like this organization and things like the advocacy program that I will mention in the last of this interview. So it's all about compromising. If you can compromise your things in your life, you will achieve a lot. Yeah.
Right. How would you assess the role and the importance, of the role of ministries and organizations in supporting participants of
Yes.
these simulation
Yes.
models?
I mentioned before that the organizations that we are affiliated to, like UNESCO, the national bureau, especially of UNESCO, help us a lot. So like providing us rooms, facilitations, buses, and so on. So we benefit a lot from them, and we are so beneficial for them. And this is their role as our organization that is a part of the government to empower the youth, because we are the future. I think that,
Definitely,
yeah.
for sure, yes.
So, and not only the UNESCO that help us, no. The Minister of Youth, Minister of Environment, we like organized events in these organizations. The first event was the Action in SDGs. It was held in the Minister of Environment the previous year. And the next event was the closing ceremony of our model. I think you attended that closing ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah, and the previous year too.
Yes.
It was held at the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Yes, sure. Right. In your opinion, what are the means of promoting the different simulation models and their importance to the youth?
Okay, promoting.
Through social
Yeah,
media?
promotion. Yeah, I got your question. Promotion is something big for any student activity. So we change this terminology into another terminologies like self-branding. So what can we do by self-branding? Go to the students to make like offline campaigns, not online campaigns, because online campaigns costs you a lot. Offline campaigns is all about to go to the university, any faculty, especially the faculty that we have permission to. We went or we go to youth and talk with them about us, about things we do, about topics we discuss in that simulation, and they got impressed of what we do. So they like pursuing in joining us. This kind of promotion is like maybe the only way to promote a thing or entity that doesn't have a lot of resources. That's it.
Right. You're also a UN advocate
Yes.
for SDGs.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this role.
Okay. Basically, I'm a person that are interested in development
Right.
generally. So my position at UNESCO is to spread the awareness, especially the awareness of development. My role too at the United Nations Advocacy Program is to spread the awareness of SDGs among people, especially the poor people and youth. So we organized a lot of events that affiliated to the United Nations directly. One of these events was the International Youth Day that held at the Greek campus at Cairo. This event had a lot of people, especially youth, that are so enthusiastic about the development, how to build the startup, and so on. So my role there is to like not only spread the awareness of SDGs as it written in the job description, no, but it goes beyond that. Like go to the people and talk with them, make an exposure of the SDGs around the whole Egypt.
Right. Finally, what message you would like to
Okay.
send to students, encouraging them to participate in such simulation models like the UNESCO simulation model, the MUN? How far does it impact their personalities? So, what would you tell them?
Okay. First, I'm not a speaker of the MUN. MUN is
I
another
mean, in
model.
general, participating in such activities.
Yes. Okay. My message to them basically is to work hard, then you can achieve your dreams. So working hard is the first step of anything in the life. I remember that when I joined the university, I wasn't like I wasn't like my study. I didn't like my study. I didn't like the student activities. But once I joined one of them, I found that they are so professionals in what they do, and I became so impressed of them. How could you teach people in front of a large group? How could you get your presentation skills from? So I took a lot of time among them, and I found that every single thing that you do in your life will impact your future. That's it.
Right. Well, Abdurrahman Mohammed Al-Hadidi, student of Political Science, Cairo University, and of course, President of the UNESCO for the year 2020. All the best of luck.
Thank you.
And we wish to see you once again telling us about your experience at the end of your activity as President during the year 2020.
I'd like to thank you once more time for inviting me to come here, and
It's
thank
our
you very much
pleasure.
for this rich discussion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, with this we come to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Multi International.